I made a couple updates to the coop since I put it together. So I moved the birds out here. They are loving it for sure. Anything was better than that small little brooder box I had them in. Hello underneath there. First thing I did was I put some skateboard grip tape on the ramp that leads up to the pop door. They were really having an issue sliding. That board is made out of cedar and it was kind of slick, I guess. So they had an issue sliding down it. They really couldn't gain much confidence and they were always half flying and half going up it. There was all kind of disruption. It was really getting them upset that they kept slipping on it. So I put the grip tape and it seems like great now. They just walk right up. Of course, when they get out in the morning, they just want to fly out and get down and do whatever they got to do. But in the meantime, the grip tape works good on the way up. It's almost hilarious to watch them decide whether they have to roost at night or not. It's like a group effort. Some of them go up, turn around, and come back down. It's really fun to watch. I had another question about the door, the track that I use to have the door slide up and down. All I did was took 2x3s. I'll try to get a picture of it here. And I cut them on a table saw and cut a piece out of the back. It's on both sides. Kind of bad camera angle, I hope it's working. And then even on the bottom, I did the same thing where it's into this track on the bottom. Of course, I think I showed that before where the chips can go out on either side. And that's working well. Believe me, they get chips in there and everything else too, of course. You just scoop out what you can and the little chips that are left you push over into the side and they fall down back into the run again. It's secure. I haven't had any problems with it at all. The rope goes up over that pulley and then behind this door and it goes outside. You can just pull it. Another thing I did was I hung the feeder from the bottom of the coop underneath. That's working out very well. A couple times it got rained on and the feed got mushy and glued together and started to mold, so I had to empty it out and get rid of it. But underneath here, the rain seems to not hit it at all. They love it too. They can't get in it, and they can all get around it to feed at the same time, whereas before when it was up against the wall, half of it was blocked and they try to get behind it and they knock it over and whatever. But when it's hung here, it really seems to be much more effective. They enjoy using it, as you can see. I must say that since I've put them out here, their appetite has grown immensely. Where before I was giving them about a cup of food a day, and there would be some left in the afternoon and the evening, and I give them a little bit more just to hold them over. Now, I'm giving them 4 at least, and sometimes that doesn't last. They've grown quite a bit too. When they came out here, they just seemed to put on the weight, and it was just a good move for them because they were ready. They were just too big to be in there, the brooder. Somebody's peeking at me over the feeder to see what I'm doing and talking about. I see you. I see you. There's some other things I did inside. We'll go around the side, and I put a step up so they can get onto the roost bars. Let's hit it now. Don't you charge out that door. I know I didn't lock it. Yeah, I put a little step just so they could feel more confident getting up on the roost bars. I'm sure they could have just flown up here or done whatever they had to do, hop or whatever to get up. But when I put that on there, it made it a lot easier for them. It gave them confidence. Now it wasn't such a big step to get up there. They just hop up there. They've been going in the coop and roosting every night on their own now. 2 or 3 nights I brought them in there and put them up on the roost bars. They weren't too happy about that, of course, but they did it. And they stayed on them all night with the door closed. But now they come in here and get up on their own. Another addition I made was a poop tray, I guess you want to call it. It's the bottom of a dog pen, and it just happens to fit in there pretty much perfectly. And I would say 95% of what happens at night lands on the tray. I haven't had to change the chips at all in the coop. Also, I have one question, is that when should I open the door up to the boxes, the nesting boxes? Really not sure. I don't want them to be totally alienated from being in there, but then again, I don't want them to live in there and make a mess out of it. Sooner or later I'm going to have to let them in there, obviously. That's where I want them to lay. So if I could get some replies on that and what kind of information you can give me, when I should open it and how I should do it. What should I put in there? Straw or more chips? What seems to be the preferred substance for being in there? Let me go around the other side and show what the inside looks like with that little step. It's all it took for them to jump up there and get up to the top. I'm going to have to put more roost bars in here somewhere, I'm sure, as they get bigger. But right now, that seems to be it. It's funny when they go in there, they push and shove each other and argue and cluck and crow and everything they do. Of course, they're not roosters. They don't crow, but whatever they do, it's awful noisy. And after a while, when it gets dark, they settle down. It's been very enjoyable so far. I like the ladies. They definitely have different personalities. Pecking order changed quite a bit since they've been moved out here. Now I'm going to lock this door because I just things squeak and I wouldn't want it to be the hinges. If they get out, I'm going to have trouble getting them back in. It's a lot of fun. It hadn't been all that much work so far because I get up early and I do whatever I do and come out and open the thing and clean out and feed and water. I think it's enjoyable. Maybe I won't feel like that when it's 10 degrees outside, but so far it's really cool. Thanks for all your help so far, and I appreciate everything all the members of the club have done to help me out with the chickens so far. That's it for now. Thanks.